1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Great. Awesome.
this desk around a little bit. I can't get it to look great. We tried.
This, hey, Oscar, this blue bar across the top, that can change color, right? Can we make it purple? Purple. What did he say?
Figure it out then. I was asking why to do it. I'm telling him you're gonna have to add a little bit of,
All right.
you gotta be a smart ass.
And then you can get the little clippy thing for the back of there. No, I don't like it to be this baby blue color. I noticed it yesterday when I was editing, because I had to edit it for Benjamin because he couldn't get it. By the way, that second podcast will go up today. The one we did tighter, closer. It looks good. It looks way better. Yeah. Yep. It looks the best so far. Of all the ones we've done, it looks the best. Yeah. Black on 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 black. Hello,
So
how
was
are
it a
you?
success?
Good to see you.
Good to see you too. So was it a success?
What's what?
The short one, the tight one?
Yes, it looks good. It's going to go up today,
That's
but
great.
it looks good. Better.
It was good. More personal. But what
More
I was
personal.
telling you, let's do
Yeah.
personal, not under the journalist. I mean, you have to keep that.
Right.
But I'm one of them.
It feels
You
different.
know,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah, yeah.
one of you guys.
I agree.
You should be a VP. JD Vance, do you want to resign? Please let us know.
Exactly, right? Thank you, ma'am.
Let me check that.
No, no. Yes. Hey, Zach, are you able to hear me?
I am.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good, man. How about yourself?
Doing great. Looking forward to this conversation. We'll be with you in about 2 minutes.
Sounds good.
Great. Great background, too. That looks nice.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, that'll work. What happened? Oh. She is just terrible. Kamala Harris keeps getting opportunities to shine, but time and again, she trips over her own feet. And now it looks like even mainstream media is not going to come to her rescue. I'm Ben Swan. This is Truth in Media. Well, Vice President Kamala Harris was on stage last night at her CNN town hall with Anderson Cooper. And while she did not hold back in calling Trump unfit and unstable, it's really what she didn't say that's getting all the attention. Here's the thing. It's not like she's caught off guard here. Harris faces the same 5 freaking questions every time she's interviewed. But the truth is, in her own words, she just can't answer them. Imagine running for president and saying, I can't tell you what I'm going to do because I need to research it first. Okay, fine. Then go research it. And when you know, then run for president. Which is why her campaign has devolved to calling Trump names and saying he loves Hitler. Harris is now piggybacking on former Trump Chief of Staff John Kelly's New York Times comments, branding Trump as a fascist, saying that he praised Hitler and he wanted Hitler's generals. Really, John Kelly suddenly remembered a conversation from 5 years ago, just 12 days before the election. No one except the thirstiest Kool-Aid drinkers believes this. Unfortunately for Democrats, though, this is not 2016. And even more so, this isn't the same Donald Trump we saw back then, because this time around, he's coming off as fun and relatable and surrounding himself with a coalition of non-Republicans, and that makes him much more interesting. And yet, we're being told that if Trump returns to office, we're going to face chaos and war and even genocide. But here's the harsh reality. That chaos, it's already happening, and it's not Trump who's in office. It is a desperate attempt to distract from the real issues. Instead of addressing the concerns that matter, they're throwing out the very... Let's go back and do that again. 3, 2. It is a desperate attempt to distract from the real issues. Instead of addressing the concerns that matter, they're throwing out what their very own allies are calling word salad. So why? Why push these stories and stir up fear among the American people? Well, maybe Democrats are deflecting from their own issues, like Kamala Harris's husband, Doug Emhoff, facing serious allegations from an ex-girlfriend who claims that he slapped her publicly at a 2012 event in France. The mainstream media, who loves to say, believe all women, have largely not believed her and overlooked these allegations. That chaos they talk about, do you know where it's really coming from? Well, it's not coming from Trump. It's brewing right under our noses. The Harris campaign trying to drown out the issues that actually matter with voters with a lot of noise. Issues like big tech and social media pulling the strings on the political content we see online. Take a look at this. A new expose uncovered by James O'Keefe seems to reveal that Facebook is actively suppressing posts that are criticizing political figures like Kamala Harris. The report details Meta's integrity team. Yes, that's what they're called, because nothing screams integrity like a group of people dedicated to controlling the narrative. They say they have ways and methods to filter out anything remotely political. Now, of course, Meta has come out claiming that they are transparent. Let's do that again. 3, 2. Now, of course, Meta has come out claiming that they've always been transparent about wanting to show less political content because apparently users can't handle it. But here's the thing. This filtering reeks of bias. According to Open Secrets, Meta workers and their families have donated $835,000 to Harris. That's more than 33 times the amount they have contributed to Trump. So while they're busy patting themselves on the back for their so-called integrity, we're left questioning who's really in control of this narrative. Joining me now to discuss, we have an expert in big tech. He is the author of Google Leaks, a whistleblower's expose of big tech censorship. His name is Zachary Voorhees. Zach, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me on. It's good to be here.
Absolutely. So you're so heavily in this world, right? Can you explain to people the difference between content moderation and outright censorship, if there really is any?
You know, the lines between the two pretty much blur. And the way that big tech is trying to, operate in this election cycle is to do a soft touch approach where they come in and they censor your posts. And unlike telling you that they censored your post, they're just going to remove it. And then you get secretly red flagged for shadow banning. And that what was, pretty much admitted to by that Project Veritas bust of one of the Facebook employees, in which they admitted that essentially they are blocking posts. They are, putting you on a secret shadow ban list because, look, Facebook is coming out in support of Kamala Harris, just as they did with the Dems and Biden in 2020.
Yeah, absolutely. Also, there's this NGO in the UK. It's called the Center for Countering Digital Hate. It recently had internal memos that were leaked. And one of their primary goals, they said in these memos, is to, quote, kill Musk's Twitter. Elon Musk has since tweeted that he plans to go to war with that NGO and their donors. Why is there so much pressure specifically to censor X as a platform, especially when we see that obviously Elon Musk has aligned himself very closely with Donald Trump? But is this a long-term strategy to say, listen, if anyone in the tech world is aligned with the wrong group, we've got to kill it?
Yeah, there's a psychological effect of when there's a lot of misinformation being pushed out. In order for everyone to believe it, you can't have any dissenting voices. It's called the Ash experiment. And right now, Twitter, as a giant, free speech platform, is allowing people to have that dissent and calling out, the hypocrisy of the government with the open borders and the inflation and giving, spending our money to house migrants. And that's obviously wrong. And if everyone goes along with it, then there's a consensus that builds. And once you have dissent where people come out and are able to, say, this isn't right, this is ridiculous, this is a waste of money, what are they doing? Then other people say, you know what, that's right. And as long as a platform like, X is allowed to have that unfettered speech, then people see through, the mirage of what the globalists are doing, and that's really bad for America. And so if they want to get their agenda through, they have to take down X.
Zach, I'm going to ask you, so we're actually going to technically end the interview there, but I want to ask you another question that we're going to post separately.
Yes.
Define for me this, you said it's the Ash what? What did you call that?
The Ash experiment.
Okay, so let me pick up the question there. Zach, tell me about the Ash experiment. What exactly is this, and can you give us some details on how this works? The idea that if you have any dissenting voice allowed, it messes up the whole narrative?
Yeah, so there was this famous experiment called the Ash experiment that was run. And what happened is that a subject came into a classroom believing that everyone else was also, someone that was brought in as a subject, but it turns out everyone else were actors and that they were the only test subject. And the actors in the class were instructed to give the exact same wrong answer. And so when a teacher came up and drew a bunch of lines and said, pick the shortest line, all the actors gave the wrong number. And as long as every single other person gave the same wrong answer, the actual subject also complied 66% of the time. Now, here's what's really interesting. As soon as there was one other dissenting voice that called out the right answer, that bias was broken, and the subject also gave the correct answer as well. And so for these technocrats that are trying to push through their agenda, they really need, they can't have any dissenting voices. It's intolerable. And so that's the reason why they're coming after X, is because if you can get rid of all dissent, then the agenda works. And if it doesn't, if they can't do that, then unfortunately, they can't get their message across. And that's what we see here.
All you need is one dissenting voice and it all falls apart. Zach Voorhees, Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. Bye.
Well, while Kamala Harris cannot seem to move the news cycle in any positive direction, Donald Trump will do it again, as he will, for the first time, be a guest on Joe Rogan's podcast on Friday. And what about Kamala Harris? Well, get this. She actually turned down the chance to appear with Rogan. This has to be her biggest mistake yet, or is it? Because, see, the Joe Rogan podcast is not only the most popular show in the country, it also appeals directly to American men. It's a demographic that Trump is dominating and one that Harris absolutely critically needs. But let's also face it, Tim Walz as VP and white dudes for Harris, Zoom calls, not really cutting it. By declining the invitation, Harris is telling American men that she cannot hang in a real one-on-one conversation. But let's be fair here. She can't. She cannot do this at all. Imagine a 3-hour conversation between Kamala Harris and Joe Rogan. She'd have to get up and leave at some point. Meanwhile, Trump's appearance with Rogan is sure to dominate the weekend headlines. That is our show. You can watch all of our latest coverage on the race. Check out us. Let's do that part again. 3, 2. That is our show. You can catch all of our latest coverage on the race. Check us out on X at @truth_in_media. And you can watch all of our full episodes right now at truthinmedia.com. Thank you. Cool. We'll do shorts. That was good. Oh, was he?
When we were going to the bites.
Good. Yeah.
Oh, no, you need those.
No, I don't need it. I don't need it. They'll just be in there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's good though. Yeah, I thought that the ash experiment thing was interesting.
Yeah, the
so
ash experiment
we
could
should
be a whole-
we should probably we can probably keep it in. Let's just see how long it is. But if it's too long, we'll pull it out. And we'll do it as a separate.
Okay, no problem.
I'll do the first one like this. The ash experiment. What's up, brother? What is?
Somebody just put Tulsi for Shaney. Or Miss Cheney, whatever her name is.
Yeah,
This is the greatest
exactly.
trade ever. And somebody put
Seriously.
better than the
Herschel Walker.
Cowboys. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love the
Right?
two daughters, right?
Who does? Yes, he does.
The lesbian.
He has a lesbian one,
The one, yeah.
and then he has Cheney, and then when she ran, she sold out the lesbian one.
You know the gay pride? The reason why we have alcohol in abundance and all the floats are sponsored by alcohol?
Huh.
Because of her. She merged them together.
Ah, interesting.
And show them how they just put Budweiser and Coors on floats.
Oh, wow.
That was her idea.
No doubt. No doubt.
Are those real oranges?
She makes them each morning.
I bought them from a girl that very much did not want to part ways with them.
Really?
Yeah, she said they were the most perfect pair she'd ever preserved.
But they really, wait, they really are real?
Yeah.
They're just like shellacked?
Dried and
That's cool.
smaller one. She had like cracked one. She had limes.
Very cool. How citrusy of her. What's up, brother? How are you? Good. Yeah? You're allergic to pineapple? Does it like make your mouth itchy?
I can like I've had a smoothie. I can like put it but if I eat actual pineapple, it will like cause a reaction like all the way around here. My skin will like crack.
Oh, in the computer? Yes, yes, yes.
Read one of the guys I follow, 18 something. He says that there's a leak coming out that the cocaine they found is actually.
Oh, Kamala's?
I mean, I doubt that that's true, but
I doubt it
it's
too.
funny, you know, like the way
It's,
she's been
it's because she also does all those interviews rubbing her nose. I saw the clips of her this morning. Guess whose cocaine it was? She's like, he's rubbing her
acting.
nose.
Oh, so you saw it too? Yeah.
Yeah. The funniest thing is this, is that at this point, everyone's like, what's going to come out now? You don't need anything to come out. Like, there's nothing that you're trying to convince people that she's not good, right? Huh? Yeah, that's the only thing you have to worry about. You don't have to worry about anything else. In what? That she is?
Expected, right?
Yeah, it's expected because Democrats always vote early. So, but again, more importantly, what is she doing in terms of those swing states early voting? You're right. And I think she's losing Georgia in early voting. Maybe in Nevada, but I also heard that actually at least 2 days ago, he was beating her in Nevada, and they were shocked that so many Republicans were voting early in Nevada. So it'd be interesting to go and look at those 7 swing states and see like where early voting is. Because again, if she's winning early voting in New York and California, who cares? You know what I mean? So they keep giving you these numbers like they know that doesn't matter. And if Trump were winning in that way, no one would be giving you those numbers. They wouldn't care. But none of it matters. Those only swings. Electoral college. I think that he has, if it's fair, I think he may take all those swing states. I think he could do like 320, 350 electoral votes. Yeah. I think he'll probably lose it, but not guaranteed. It's not guaranteed. He is, remember, the guy got 71 million votes last time. And he's more popular now than he was then. Significantly more popular.
got more popular, but not by much.
Because no one would keep talking about it. Like if media wanted to hype him, they'd be showing you clips of it all the time. Absolutely. They make you because it's all about how they make you feel, right? Making you feel excited, patriotic. I think it's hard to. Very hard to trust it.
I have a bed with my. It's the best $50.
Exactly.
Huh? Best $50. I'm asthmatic. I can just get a doctor's note.
There you go. A doctor's note. Yeah, I don't think flat-footed does.
Get drafted if you were in college, like had a certain GPA or something like that at that time.
Really?
Yeah, because my dad
I have
didn't
a
get
3.9.
drafted, and I
I have a
think it was flat
3.9.
feet, his eyes, and
You're going.
I think I'm good.
college.
You're going.
No, I'm not. I have a 3.89.
I told my two sons. I said, if they instituted a draft, you're not going. I said, you're not telling them where you are. We're just gonna hide you out until it's over.
I was talking about foreign service.
You're not going.
Citizenship.
Exactly. You can go anywhere. You can go a whole bunch of places.
I can go anywhere in Europe.
No way. Fuck that.
If they're coming to invade here,
Absolutely. That's different.
I have my AR. I got
That's right.
I locked and loaded.
That's right.
We fight, but
That's
I'm
right.
not going. I'm not sending them anywhere.
No.
And then isn't Kamala the gun that she has is one of the guns she wants to take off the streets?
Supposedly. She's not full of shit. Just like when Tim Walz was a hunter and he couldn't load his gun. Like what?
That was
And he's holding it like this. It was like ridiculous.
There were two other Democrats I read.
You gonna fix my pantaloons here, Richard?
Yeah, I got it.
And they shot themselves. You seen that?
But which one?
There's like two other Democrats that tried to do a video
Oh,
too.
it was shrapnel.
And it ricocheted.
It ricocheted on one of
Yeah.
the reporters that was
Yeah.
and they're with explosives on top of the table. So one of the reporters or the photographers in the arm.
Remember, Rob, to give me more space.
Remember, Dick Cheney's all excited now that he can go and shoot people.
No, he fired it and it was like buckshot that came off the side, but it was too close to them and they got hit with like a.
But I even heard that there were reporters at the end where they were shooting at.
Right.
Because they were on the sides.
Yeah.
Shooting. They're here and they're shooting. Oscar, can you bring down the?
Yeah. You see the top of it? Should I just take a step backwards? Oh, or you can do that too. That's better anyways. Yep. You have to be pardoned in order to do it. You would have to get like a presidential pardon to do it, which does happen, but I don't see the U.S. ever being able to do it. I think people are so, like, they don't say much about anything, but if you did that, they'd be in the streets rioting. You know what I mean? I think it would be very difficult to institute that here again. Yeah, no way. He's such a weirdo. Do you know who it is? Yes. Yeah. Yeah. No. The guy, not the check marks, the question marks. Yeah, that's not Bill Nye though. That's the money guy. The Riddler.
I saw that guy in action once in DC.
I actually read an article about him that apparently he was going to start trying to do this stuff, right, where he was going to teach people how to do the money. And he did a couple videos, and nobody paid attention to him. So he went to some kind of a store, like a thrift store, and he saw somebody had made a jacket with a question mark on it, and they had just sewn it on. So he asked the lady, where did this come from? And she's like, oh, I added this. I thought it would be interesting. So he paid her to make him a jacket covered in question marks. And then that became his thing after that. And he became, do you know what we're talking about? Have you ever seen him? Yeah, this is a few years ago. Get government money. And get grants and get government money. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, but he was like this weird, he was like Bill Nye. He looked like Bill Nye. Yeah, like crazy hair and glasses and this crazy suit, and he yells into the camera, and it was back in the day of infomercials. That's before your time. You guys are too young to really remember infomercials. I do. I do.
Yeah, but there were still infomercials all the way back then.
Yes, I do.
I talked to my wife, and I'm like, yeah, I graduated in 90.
How old is your wife? Solid, brother, solid. Are you saying you were born in 88? Oh, okay, okay. Oops. Yes, you did. All right, we good on this one? Okay. In 3, 2. So who is RFK Jr. referring to? If you guessed Mr. COVID vaccine himself, Bill Gates, you'd be right. 7 COVID vaccine injured people in the Netherlands are suing Bill Gates for misleading people despite knowing the vaccines were not safe and effective. The CEO of Pfizer, Albert Bourla, is also a defendant in the case. That might explain why Bill Gates just donated $50 million to the Harris campaign this year, despite not donating to political campaigns in 20 years. Gates understands that one successful conviction will open up Pandora's box, leading to trial after trial in country after country, along with major fines and maybe even, hopefully, prison time. So, $50 million just might be the price he has to pay to save Harris's dying campaign and to keep him out of jail. It's a desperate attempt and a sure sign of a guilty conscience for someone who very well may have blood. I thought I took that part out. Go back, hold on. I was supposed to end and keep him out of jail. Let's just do this. 3, 2. So, $50 million just might be the price he has to pay to save Harris's dying campaign and to keep himself out of jail. Okay. Actually, let's just do that one part about the CEO of Pfizer again, one more time. I'm not sure I pronounced it right. Yeah. Because I can just call him the CEO of Pfizer, too. I don't need to say his name. Mm-hmm. Burla, okay. Thank you. Let's just do that part again, yeah. Yeah, let's just do it from the top. Be easier to edit. I am? Oh, this line? Ooh. Oh. Well, now you get closer to him, too. Come up a little bit? Oh, to line up the heads? Like there? And there? It's because of how they reset. Okay, in 3, 2. So who is RFK Jr. referring to there? Well, if you guessed Mr. COVID vaccine himself, Bill Gates, you'd be right. 7 COVID vaccine injured people in the Netherlands are suing Gates for misleading people despite knowing that vaccines were not safe and effective. The CEO of Pfizer is also a defendant in this case. And that might explain why Bill Gates has just donated $50 million to the Kamala Harris campaign this year, despite not donating to political campaigns in 20 years. See, Gates understands that one successful conviction will open Pandora's box, leading to trial after trial, country after country, along with major fines and maybe even, hopefully, prison time. So, $50 million, that just might be the price he has to pay to save Harris's dying campaign and to try to keep himself out of jail. So let me see the next one, because I threw in the updated scripts into the bottom, and now it seems to be the old ones that are not updated. Ow. I'm a pureblood. Huh? You have 3? Stay away from me. No, I'm just kidding. I don't want you shedding on me. You were forced to? Oh, because you went to Israel. Yeah.
I had to do it for work.
Let me see. Turn towards race and gender. Keep going. Keep going. As you can see, black men. Having it. No, this is not it. Is it in the bottom of the script? I didn't have to, because I worked from Atlanta the whole time. So then when I was going to come up, they're like, you have to be vaccinated. I said, I'm not getting vaccinated to come up. And then they were like, well, you're going to have to take tests. I said, that's fine. I went to Europe during COVID and just got tested everywhere, because they don't make you get vaccinated. You just have to be tested every time. Take the test, stick the thing up your nose. They were kind of militant about it over there. Oh, really? Oh, yeah, this is the right one. Okay, that's it. I'm going to go change real quick. Yeah, I'll take the mic.
Are you wearing this jacket?
No, I'll switch to something else.
noticed how persecuted they are by other gay people for being
Oh, I'm sure.
telling those stories.
Yeah.
It was like
Right, exactly. I'm sure.
that doesn't mean anything today.
And he goes, I like your sign.
Was he older?
That's the other way he knew.
That's the same thing my wife
I'm a homosexual for Trump.
who calls himself
My generation.
I am a homosexual. Interesting. That doesn't mean they're not gay. Just means that maybe they like a little something extra. Yeah. Yeah. Maybe he's like. You?
Well, I can't do it unless you're in.
Oh, is I'm standing there?
I'm sitting there waiting. I'm like, I can't view it. I can't see it. The thing is, it's going to be out of focus. Is that?
That's okay.
Can you check with the your depth of field?
It can mean mostly out of focus. A little bigger. It's got to be bigger than that. Like remember, it can just kind of
actually see you. I can try and.
Okay, yes, sir. I'll stay right here. Yes, sir. I won't move. You can tell it's Trump. So as long as you know what I mean. Got reprimanded. Yeah. Yeah. He's- I know the opening the door thing's become quite the thing. I know. We need to get one that can do that. That would be even more obnoxious. Yeah. Yeah. He like waits at the door. Yes. So what's the gayest seeming guy who's come onto you or approached you? Well, you said like, depending on what you see, like was he wearing like little tiny shorts? He was wearing like a mesh shirt. Oh, yeah, that doesn't mean anything. Some of us just dress that way.
There's a man in my building who's like 6 something tall.
Doesn't mean anything.
Who wears the tiniest?
I know. I was like, what? My jacket doesn't even close. Exactly. Exactly. My clothes are always tight. No, it's true. I mean, it is what it is. I get confused for gay all the time, though. So, constantly.
It's because you're fashionable.
It is. If you brush your hair and wear relatively tight clothes, then people think you're gay. Yeah. That's what it is. Yeah.
But that's also a very old way of
I said relatively tight.
That's also an old way of thinking because
Yeah, a lot of them do. A lot of them do.
like it
No, it's not. And like a lot of men are using like face creams and colognes and under eye treatments. And so go ahead and just expand it some. Expand it some so that more of his face is there and it's just taking up more space. Yeah, that's okay. Yeah. They used to call it Metro. They don't even call it that anymore. Yeah, it's just kind of like what it is. Like there's an entire like enormous market for it. Yeah. Yeah.
one of the biggest markets for Botox
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's going to be a short-lived thing though. Yeah, when you have to massage it back into place all the time, like that's a bad sign. That's what they say, but then there's all these studies now that show it's not disintegrating.
still have it in the face.
Yeah. It's not disintegrating. I migrate. So then they get those little things and they're having to like massage their filler back into place every day. It's filler. They took the what out? Oh. Well, yeah, Botox is not. It's the filler that does. Juvederm or whatever it's called. That's the filler that, when they're putting it into their face, it doesn't go away. They say it dissolves, it doesn't dissolve. What's that?
You're very knowledgeable. I've had a lot of fillers.
So the filler, no. I don't know about that one, but my daughter showed me a whole video on it because she was saying, like, since she's been in Miami, she's like, everybody has filler, right? And then she saw this video and they were showing, like, it doesn't go away. It's like becoming like a big scandal now. Yeah. There you go. That's perfect. See how, like,
Yeah, it's back to where it was. You're only seeing Trump.
oh,
Yeah,
got it.
Back to where it was.
Perfect. Just like when we, yeah, that's why you can still see him. You can tell who it is. Like, you'll know immediately who it is.
Yeah, we can do next time. Like, if you want to do some of these, I should do like I can put something else like over here.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
make it kind of go across.
yeah. All right. We, as in the collective.
Yeah, we
The
could do that,
collective.
like,
Yeah?
I'm definitely getting
He's so sassy today. Okay, here we go. In 3, 2. Well, like a black hole that sucks in everything, MSNBC just turns every conversation toward race and gender. As you can see, black American Trump voters are not having it. In this clip you just saw from MSNBC's Alex Wagner, she repeatedly tries to draw in these black Trump supporters by suggesting that Kamala Harris is being mistreated because she's black and a woman. But every single one of the people in that room point to one simple fact. Kamala Harris isn't qualified, and they don't like her policies. In fact, it was mostly black women saying this. It's the Democrats' It is the Democrats' constant tactic of reducing every criticism of their chosen candidate to racism and sexism. And the people they allege to be protecting, black Americans and black women in particular, increasingly want no part of it. Many black Americans don't trust Kamala Harris. But what is so insulting here is that these voters are having to deflect the leading questions about Harris's race and gender in order to explain that they simply don't like her because they believe she is not competent. There's a ton of noise coming from there. Are you able to hear that? Okay. You want to just do playback and just make sure you don't hear it? Sounds like in the movies where they'll put like movie theater crowd noise. Right.
I mean, it doesn't have to be with the race or with the money or with the whatever. It's just I don't want it.
Yeah. Yeah, they're just saying I don't like her. And I don't think she's competent. And it's like, oh, but is it because she's a woman? I'm like, no, I think she's a fool. That's what I think. But it has nothing to do with whether she's a woman and a fool. She's just a fool. Oh, right. Yeah. It's good? Okay.
Back then.
So what?
It's George Washington.
Exactly. No problem.